Friends, welcome back to my channel. This is Loli. We're gonna have a fun time together. I'll see you guys later. Let's go crafting.
DIY number 1. For this project, I'm going to use this little vase that I got from my local thrift shop. It says 25 cents. I actually got it for free. And I just cleaned it really good. And now I'm taking some of this floral foam from the Dollar Tree. And I'm going to cut out a piece that is big enough to be glued in the bottom of this vase. Then I take these flowers I got from the Dollar Tree and I'm going to remove all the flowers off of the picks and I'm going to leave the little greenery. I tried taking off the greenery at first and I said, you know what, I liked it the way it was, so I'm just going to bring it all the way down and leave it in this project. In the process of putting this one back, I tore it up, so I just had to put a little bit of hot glue on the plastic part and just attach it back in, and I just brought all of the little foliage to the bottom of the pick. And then I took the rest of the flowers off. Now I'm gonna cut a piece from the bottom stem to make this a bit shorter, and then I'm gonna stick it onto my floral foam. I fluffed off my greenery, making sure everything was looking good, and now I'm gonna come in with my snippers and I'm going to snip about half off of the stems there. I'm going to reposition the flowers onto the pick. And guess what? I didn't like it. I fluffed it up, looked it up. I'm like, it's too high still. So I needed to shorten it a bit more. So I took them right off, used my snippers, cut it even lower. Then I took these flowers from the Dollar Tree as well, and they're pretty. I love the mixture of the color. This was the flowers that inspired this whole color scheme. So I just went ahead and I cut them into the individual stems, and I positioned them around the entire base until I was completely happy with the way they look. If you like what you see, leave me a thumbs up. And then I took some of the Spanish moss from the Dollar Tree as well, and I'm going to fill in the rest of the base with this moss. And then I came in with this ribbon from the Dollar Tree as well, and I'm going to put it right there as soon as I actually get it where it's supposed to go. Once I know how much I need, I cut the piece. I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue in one of the ends, so I'm able to maneuver better with this. So I pressed a little hot glue on there, then spin it around, making sure that everything was nice and leveled. And now I'm going to tack the other piece down with a little more hot glue. And you think I'm done, right? Wrong. I gotta make a nice little bow for this. You know I'm extra. So I went over and I made a little bow. This is the little awareness bow. Took a little bit of little jute cord there. I'm going to separate it because I didn't want the thickness of the entire thing. So I separated it into 2 strands and used one of the strands to tie the bow into place right there. Give it 2 knots, cut off the excess, and we are good to go. But first we gotta dovetail these ends. But no, I'm sorry. First we actually gotta make something here to cover up our jute. So I took a little piece, cut it off from the edges, burned the edges so it wouldn't fray, and then I'm gluing it right onto the middle, covering up the jute cord that's right there. And then I dovetail the ends. Glued it in the middle, and ta-da! Here we are. I am loving this piece, guys. I love the colors. Let me know how you like it. I really, really like it. All right, this is my favorite, but we gotta talk about something else. Today's video is part of a collaboration. It's the Minis challenge from Crafted by Corie. In this challenge, we create small projects to go on a tier tray. Remember to go over to her channel, send her some love, let her know Loli sent you. The link to her channel and to the playlist is in the description box below. And now let's go right back into our DIYs. DIY number 2. For this project, I'm using one of these little clipboards from the Dollar Tree. And the first thing I did is I removed the little clip and the bow. I'm going to go ahead and use some of this paint. It's the same paint that I used for a previous DIY. I'm going to probably put a link about that on the end of the video. And what I did is I just watered it down a bit, and I'm going to completely coat the front and back of this little clipboard. I dried the piece with my heat gun, and now I'm doing a dry brush with some white acrylic paint from Apple Barrel. And I dried it very quickly with my heat gun. And here you see what I achieved. Then I took some of this leftover pig from the previous DIY, and I'm going to use it for this one. I took two little pieces, I added them together. I clipped one of the flowers at the top because it was too long. It was going a little bit over the clipboard. Now I'm taking some jute cord and I'm going to wrap it using some hot glue. I'm going to be wrapping the stems completely. I tacked the last piece down with a little bit of hot glue. Once I was wrapped to the level that I wanted, I pressed it down, cut off the excess, and then I'm going to take the excess off that greenery as well because it was protruding. It was not allowing everything to lay flat, so I'm just cutting those pieces off, and I'm going to use a tiny bit of hot glue to attach this to my cotton board, or my clipboard actually. Then I came in with some of this pink ribbon, the same one I used for before, and I'm going to add it to the bottom of this, but there was not enough space, so I had to clip a piece off the little stem there, but just being very careful not to scrape or hurt the surface of the clipboard. And then I took a bit of hot glue and tacked the piece of jute cord down once again. Now I have enough room to put my ribbon where I wanted it, so I just measured the amount that I needed, make sure that it was nice and level, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut off the piece that is enough that it will wrap around the back of this as well. And I just use a tiny bit of glue on each of the little edges there at the side of the clipboard to attach it, just making sure to hold the piece taut in order to avoid any wrinkling, and also making sure that everything was nice and straight. I did that with both of the sides. But this was just so it will hold everything in place. For better security, I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to attach some more hot glue to the ribbons that are on there. And you already know, I'm not done yet. I'm going to take some of this ribbon and attach it to the top of this. But in order to do so, I had to level this down properly. There was a little bump there, so I just sanded it down, make sure that everything was nice and leveled, and I'm going to attach my ribbon in the same position I did the other one, in the exact same way. And here it is, all completed. Let me know how you like it. I love it, as you can tell. It is just so adorable. Let me know what you guys think. DIY number 3. For this DIY, I'm using the shadow box from the Dollar Tree, and I painted it using the mixture of paint that I showed you before, and I'm going to be distressing it using the white Apple Barrel chalk paint in the same manner that I distressed the previous DIY. Friends, as I mentioned, this is part of a collaboration. Be sure to visit my description box for the playlist and visit the amazing host Corie. The link to her channel is also in the description box below. While the shadow box dried, I took one of these flowers from the Dollar Tree, and I'm using this paint in the color lavender from my studio. If you notice there, I'm using the exact same brush that I used to paint the gray. I did not wash it or anything. I want this to be a blend in color in between as well. And if you see there, you can see that there is a shadow of the gray, and it's like kind of an ombre effect. And that is exactly the look that I'm going for. I went ahead and added this color to all the petals, just trying to go in one direction, leaving the streaks of the brush so it will have a nice texture to it. Then I came in with this Concord grape color from Apple Barrel, and I'm adding it to the last two petals of the flower here. This is like a shade darker than the one I used before, and this is going to help me achieve more of that gradient effect that I'm looking for. I'm just adding it in between and giving a little bit of that streak to all the other petals as well. I'm trying to make sure that the last row of petals is a little bit darker than the others, and this gives it just a little bit more texture, and it adds a bit of dimension to the flower as well. I just continue blending the colors, just brushing it, going in the same direction until everything looks nice and cohesive and you are happy with the look. Friends, if you have not done so yet, please subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, a comment. This truly helps my channel, and it is free and it means the world to me. Guys, I don't know about you, but I love seeing people paint and seeing the pieces come to life after you paint. This is why I'm leaving this in. If it's something that you like, let me know whether you like that or not. But I find myself being very relaxed as I watch another creator make a piece look completely different just using paint. Here I'm using the same brush, but most of the purple has been taken off, and I'm left over with a mixture of light purple with that gray. So I'm using that to create like a powdery look on the petals. I'm just doing a dry brush all around each petal of this piece, including the middle as well. Once all the gray was off the brush, I took some more and I'm going to go ahead and continue to dry brush this just to give the little edges a little bit more light. I dried it, and we are going to go ahead and repeat the same process. And check this out. Let me know how you like that texture. Now here I'm taking my mace color from Waverly, and I'm doing a dry brush like directly in the middle where the petals meet the circle. Just giving a small little highlighting, just dry brushing in the outward fashion, trying to blend the purple with the white so it doesn't look, with the yellow, to not make it look so harsh, and it just gives this a new look. Look at this. Now I'm coming in with this blush pink from my studio, and I'm going to be creating a new color using also that red apple from Apple Barrel, a little bit of that Concord purple from Apple Barrel, and I keep adding the colors until I get to the shade that I'm envisioning. I'm trying to get to the shades that were in the tip of the flowers that we used for the previous DIY, and it took me a little while to figure out exactly the tone, but I just kept mixing these colors, and at the end I used some of the ballet slipper from Waverly. Using a small chip brush, I just added that color to the edges of my flower. And look at this, how beautiful. Then I took and I put it right on top of the shadow box that we took care of first, and I needed this to be a little bit higher up, so I kept that there. And that is a piece that I got from a different DIY. I just cut it in half, and I'm just going to use it to give me a little bit more stability to the flower, so I'm able to attach it using some glue. I put some hot glue on the top of the pumpkin piece. I will suggest painting this completely. I did after the fact. I should have done it before. So if you do recreate this, try to do all the painting first so you can then attach this. Then when that was attached, I'm taking one of these carnations from the Dollar Tree. I'm just gonna remove one of the flowers off of this pick, and I'm going to simply glue it to the middle. The first thing that I did is that I clipped off that little piece there in order for it to sit more flush. Then I completely filled up that hole that was left behind with hot glue, and then I pressed it down right onto the middle of my flower. And with this project is complete. Look how cute that is, guys. It's simple yet so beautiful. Let me know how you like it. DIY number 4. For this DIY, I'm using one of these home signs from the Dollar Tree. I remove the flower off of there, and I am taking off that hump that I left behind. It's some glue and some of that NBF powder that was on there, and I'm going to just go ahead and sand it down so everything is nice and flat. Then I'm using the same gray color that I used for all the previous DIY, and I'm just giving this one coat, just one heavy coat. And then once that was dry, I took some of that same mixture that I used for the previous DIY with the flour, and I added that to the sides. Then I took some of that yellow that I used as well for that flour, and I'm doing a tiny little dry brush on top of the other one, just giving it like a little dusting. Then I came in with the purple, and I did the same exact thing, just blending the colors. There, I just want a little hint of each to be in this piece. And here it is how that turned out. Pretty cool, right? I then came in with one of these carnation flowers as well. I just remove it off the stem, and I'm going to use the stem that it comes with to put into the hole where the previous flower was. And just like that, look at this little delicate piece. I love it, guys. Let me know how you feel about it. I love how all of these tied together. Let me know which one is your favorite. I'm having a hard time here as I see them all together, picking a favorite. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Be blessed, be a blessing, and craft responsibly. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, here are my links. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.